Chances these are gonna come out. Oh. It's alright. So it's pretty crusty. Something's happening. Yep, fudge. Yeah, okay. See these two bolts down here to get out yet? That's broken. So this is a throttle choke mechanism. We're removing this, we're going to replace it. Alright, now that we've broken about every bolt off that we could, we got this exhaust bolt broken off. Both of these exhaust bolts, this mounting bracket bolt, this bolt, this bolt. That one might have came out. Actually see what we need to get down in here and see. We think this head gasket's blown or there's a hole in here. Which one, I don't know. It sure does sound like it's pumping out compression around in here. Get this headless bolt out. We might just be able to get this intake off of here. Yeah! Look at that. Oh, these rocket sockets. So far, I've worked every single time. Lucky, I guess. It'd be cool if this one came out. Not cool. Got our little template here, so we put them back in the same spot. There you have it. Carboned up head. I don't really see a blowout on the gasket. That's overly obvious. Oh wait. Maybe there. This valve cover is a little bit unique on this. It has the fuel pump built into the top of it, and we believe that could be part of what our issue is. So let's get this head ripped off of here too. So we went ahead and removed this cover because there's only one bolt left. We broke all the other ones off, getting the shields off the heads. And that's, I believe, an oil pump. And unfortunately the gasket's messed up and we got two screws that are busted off that we need to get out, or that's just going to probably blow oil everywhere. So here's where we're at. We got this thing, which I thought was an oil pump, but really this is just a vent for the crankcase because it just uses crankcase pressure to lubricate it. We got this bolt that we broke off and this bolt that we broke off conveniently in the head, well, the case actually of this block. So we got to drill these two out so we can bolt this cover back on. These two actually came out, so we made this guide plate, which hopefully looks like we're gonna have to adjust it. Back to the original problem at hand. We got rags stuffed in the cylinders' heads. We got our template plate laid out. We screwed up. It's funny how that happens. Had it all thought out in my head perfectly. Drilled this template to match our cover. Wanted to make these 1/8 inch first. Went straight to tap drill size, so we're just gonna make it work. We center punched it with our transfer punches. We're gonna drill it out with a smaller size and then go into our tap drill size. Hopefully it'll still guide it if we're out of center just a shade. So we got our threads back, or at least enough threads to put a bolt in. This side turned out really good. I don't know if it's going to focus on that. This side, the top few are kind of gone, maybe ruined with a bolt tear out. But get this gasket off of here, I think we'll be ready to go. I thought this was an oil pump, and this turns out to be just a fancy crankcase breather. Probably has something to do with the oil because it is pressure lubricated, but aside from that, I don't know much more. I'm going to put you down so I can get the rest of this gasket off of here and get this cover back on here. Get the finger poker here. And clean all this gasket off. Step 1, break off all of the bolts in your cylinder head. Hey, we got it! Trick was getting the nut welded to the stud, letting it cool off a little bit, heating the housing, putting a little beeswax on it, and taking your time. And we worked out most of the studs, except for those two, but nah, you can't win them all. Beeswax. Oh yeah. Okay. Large flat file and ran it over the surface here. Make sure we took off any burrs that we may have created. They're all cleaned up. Piston's got a little bit of play in it. This thing probably could use a rebuild, but hey, we're gonna run it until she gives up. Because I don't think we're gonna keep this on here. Maybe. guy here is a brand new valve cover with the integral fuel pump. I believe this is what went bad on the old one. It drives right off the rocker. So it drives right off of that. Slap that on there and that will be the fuel pump. Intake manifold has these little O-ring style gaskets on it. We got new ones with the head gasket kit. And I think these are the right bolts. We're just gonna silver streak those up. Get her back on there. This air cleaner housing basically matches the rest of the rust. The exterior is just a little nasty, and we're gonna clean that up real quick and hit it with some. Hot off the delivery truck, straight from a far, far away land, we got a brand new carburetor. Look at this. The choke connection isn't busted. It has a brand new fuel shutoff solenoid, which we needed. It's all shiny. It's got this little extra thing over here, which we don't need, which is an accelerator pump, but I don't think it's going to cause a problem. This came with brand new fuel filter and the gaskets. We needed the gaskets to buy those separate, $8. We needed a new fuel shutoff solenoid to buy that separate, $15. So that's like $23. This whole thing with everything included was $40. Next day. I've never been this excited to try an import part. Let's get this on the engine and see what she's gonna do. Get all the connections hooked up. First problem we encountered, hopefully the only one, is this vent cover bolt. We put longer bolts in with flat washers and lock washers, and this stuck up taller, and the accelerator pump that's not supposed to be there was hitting it, but I think we're good to go now. The gasket even lines up in the pins. Everything looks nice. Let's see what's gonna happen and try to do this without letting her rip. I heard the solenoid clicking. We're ready to give her a try. What do you guys think? Is it gonna work? First start, import carburetor. That's impressive. Well, it's wet, it's slippery. I'm sure it's not the greatest, but I still don't know if this thing's gonna let her rip, if it needs a rebuild. Let's just check the smoke status. Just a part throttle, see if that clears out. Well, there's a heavy storm rolling in. It's trying to blow all my stuff away. We got the crane folded up. It looks like it's downpouring over that way and lightning. We got her folded up. We need to get some more fuel in our little gas caddy here, but we got to wrap things up. Looks like this carburetor is promising. I think we're back in business. Maybe with a little bit of fine tuning, we'll be running a little bit faster. The Chinese carburetor right out of the box. $40 and we're up and gone. I can't believe it. Works great. Links will be down in the description if you're interested in that carburetor. We gotta wrap things up here. It's gonna downpour at any minute. Thanks for watching, everyone. I don't know where it's coming out of. I really find it hard to believe that it would come out of there. So we got it hooked up. I don't have the seal for that anyways, but we got it hooked up. I thought it was coming out of here first. Played with that. I don't know. I just don't know. So we're gonna let you take a look. You guys tell me where it's leaking. Did that actually work? Holy crap, if that worked.